Welcome everyone to Warframe Academy. I'm your host Chili, and let's get into today's subject. If you've been following the series in order, chances are you've chosen your Warframe and you're now in your orbiter looking around trying to figure out what everything is. You might be a new player looking for a YouTuber to reassure you of your poor decision making, or a mid-game player looking for a YouTuber to reassure you of your poor decision making. Whether you have literally 8 minutes of game time or an embarrassing amount of time in this game, here is a collection of tips and tidbits that will help you get the most out of your account and avoid some of the bad apples that hide in the proverbial Warframe fruit bowl. First thing to bear in mind is that you are free to play this game however you want. Do not take this list as a series of rules, but rather as a gentle nudge based on my experiences and those of my friends. So when you start this game, you start with 50 of this quirky little currency called Platinum that you can get by either forking over real life money to DE or trading with other players in game. It is important to bear in mind, never ever buy Platinum from another player for real life cash. If you are handing over money for Platinum, it has to be with DE and no one else. You can find listings for real life Platinum online. I'm not going to show any to you because I don't want to encourage that behaviour, but I will warn you, if you buy Platinum from another player, it is almost guaranteed to be cheated in. Meaning that once the Platinum has been flagged as counterfeit, which it can and will be, DE will revoke any counterfeit Platinum from your account and has the potential to put you in a Platinum deficit, meaning that you will actually lose access to your account until you go online and buy Platinum to dig your way out of the Platinum deficit. If you've ever seen anyone on the Warframe subreddit or like Facebook group, Twitter post, complaining, "Oh, I've lost my account of like 4 years. Why is DE banning me?" It's because they were buying cheated Platinum. It's usually that simple. There are lots of ways to earn Platinum for free in-game, even if it does require a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of entrepreneurship. So, you have your 50 Platinum. You might be tempted to buy some resources or credits with this, maybe get yourself a cute little cape for your brand new mag. Speaking from experience. Instead, I'd recommend you buy yourself 1 Warframe slot and 2 lots of weapon slots. This will leave you with a functionally nil amount of Platinum left, but be aware that slots are both extremely useful and very hard to get for free. Slots might not sound exciting, but they're what gate your actual progress. You'll hit a point where you can't build or level new things without them. Also, DE routinely give away free weapons and Warframes through Twitch drops, which come with free slots attached. Even if you already have the frames before, there are uses for spares, and you get to keep the slot that the weapon came with afterwards. On the subject of slots, the main form of progression in Warframe is actually constructing things in your Foundry. So the first most important thing to bear in mind is that you can actually craft multiple things at once in there. However, they still have independent crafting time. I know a lot of people who have complained about progression being slow, and then you check their account and actually they've got 1 thing building at a time when they have 12 things they could be building all at once because they think it's some sort of queue system. Also, once an item is constructed, you can actually leave it in your Foundry forever. We call this Foundry storage, meaning that you can have all the Warframes, weapons and companions or whatever else actually built waiting in your Foundry for you to either be done with a weapon or Warframe you're going to sell or subsume or get rid of in another way, without having to take up a slot, using real Platinum. If you can construct it, do construct it, is the main lesson. So you may have noticed the chat in the bottom left of the screen, and you may be tempted to get your entrepreneurial hat on and delve a little bit into trade chat. Trade chat is marked by the 2 arrows facing each other, and it sounds really bad, but I'd honestly hesitate to recommend anyone to use this chat. You will find a lot of bargains that are sometimes 2 or 3 times their actual player market going rate. A lot of players are in here looking to shark or con new players out of the plat that they've either just bought or even have just been given by DE. They'll tempt you in with the allure of a brand new shiny Lex Prime or Paris Prime for what seems to be a reasonable price for the uninitiated. If you're ever in the player market and fancy a brand new mod, weapon or prime Warframe for your Warframe collection, Warframe.market is absolutely the place to go. This isn't a sponsored segment. I've been using Warframe Market for years. I'm telling you this as a favour. It bears warning that Warframe.market is not an official DE website, but they are well aware of its existence and it has been a staple in the community for years. The website can search for any tradable item in the game and lists by cheapest listing first, meaning that the player market is super competitive. They also have a rep system so you can see exactly which merchants can be trusted. Oh look, there's me. Another thing to bear in mind is that this game will, for some reason, aim you directly at Cetus to start the open world grind, not long after you've started clearing your way through the star chart. I'd legitimately suggest just ignoring this for now. It's a massive change of pace from what you've been doing so far, and I've seen many players get to this point and immediately get burned out because what they've learned so far is basically invalidated and they're now playing a different game entirely. What are bounties? Who is Sire? Where is she? Why is there fishing? What does a Warframe stand to gain from fishing? Instead, just continue clearing junctions, as these give you guaranteed rewards, blueprints, and unlock key features to come back to Cetus and the Plains of Eidolon once you have a little bit more of your bearings in order. There will come a time in every Tenno's career where they see a message in the recruitment chat that is so esoteric, you'll be wondering what any of it actually means. Well, I have you covered. Let's take a look at Neo X1 Relic 2 out of 4 Radshare PM4 Squad. Yeah, let's break this down. To put it simply, this user has 2 out of 4 people desired to do Void Fisher missions for the Neo X1 Relic, once upgraded to Radiant quality. They are looking for someone to message them in-game so they can add to a party and all share the relics together. The idea is that all 4 players in a lobby use the same relic at the highest quality, so that the odds of getting the best item from the relic to drop are much higher. Usually these relics are whatever is current, so usually the latest Prime Access drop, or like a new meta weapon. And now for some quick fire terms and definitions. Nuke is any ability capable of clearing a single room of enemies in a single press. Elemental Proc, the chance that an attack or ability will cause an enemy to take a debuff from the desired elemental type. Taxi, a player looking to be taken to a specific mission they don't normally have access to yet so they can come back later. Usually these are high value missions like Hydron or Mott. Support, any Warframer ability that is specifically geared to buffing or healing party members. MR, or Mastery Rank, it's just your account level basically, behind which the vast majority of Warframes and weapons are locked. Potatoes, this is the fan name for Orokin reactors and catalysts, the little potato looking things you can add to a Warframe or weapon to double its mod slot capacity. Node, every single mission on the star chart, indicated by the little diamond, is called a node. Kuva is the red liquids that turned Homos insane. CC, or crowd control, any ability or attack that is more specialised towards disabling swaths of enemies to make them easier for yourself and your team to clean up. Subsume, taking a specific ability from one Warframe and implanting it on another via Helmet is called subsuming. Farming, any node, we're learning together now, that is particularly favoured for rewarding players for a specific crafting component. Mat, basically the shortened form of material or crafting component. And Fashion Frame, the real endgame, where most of the platinum accounts go to die after the user has done everything else. It's also worth pointing out that you should absolutely be consulting with the wiki and community, like you have been by watching these videos, as Warframe on average does a terrible job explaining anything with any sense of clarity. It's another road bump that I see a lot of players getting caught on. DE recently addressed this by adding the teacher quest to Warframe to tutorialise modding, but from what I see online it still leaves a lot of people scratching their heads, instead of watching my tutorial guide on modding. Next up will be the UI and how to navigate their deranged insanity.